Hello, my wonderful Cider, White, Worthland, Bremer, Wick, Larrick, Zito family. I hope you are having a wonderful reunion together right now and sharing lots of treasured memories of our dear Ray. Since I can't be there with you, I want to share some of my own. Grandpa was hilarious. When I first got my nose pierced, Grandpa said during Thanksgiving dinner, "Lydia got her nose pierced. She probably drinks beer for breakfast now, too." I had always known of Grandpa's disdain for tattoos and piercings, or self-mutilation as he called it, but this was the first time I experienced it firsthand. He was so playful and loving with us like that. One of my favorite things to do with Grandpa was to enjoy fine cinema and have movie parties with him. We all know about his extensive film collection. Some of the movies we watched together are now my favorites. Not sure if this is because of the quality of the movies or because I got to share the experience with Grandpa. We watched Pulp Fiction, Big Lebowski, Napoleon Dynamite, Royal Tenenbaums, There Will Be Blood, Werner Herzog, and the Vice Channel together. He always had some witty critiques about these movies after we watched them. For example, after we watched Pulp Fiction, he noticed its gratuitous, grotesque violence and said, "Well, that's probably the last time I'll watch that movie." Grandpa was humble. You never heard him brag about how he got the second highest score in the state of Ohio when he took the bar exam. He was distinguished in his professional life as a lawyer and a CPA, all while taking care of 5 small kids. He even told me once, "I was never a florist. I just owned a few flower shops." Grandpa loved to travel and showed his family so much of the world. One of my favorite stories is when he took Bill to Costa Rica when Bill was a young teenager and Bill had really long hair at the time. The people at the airport gate said to Grandpa, "You can't take him to Costa Rica looking like that. They'll kill him." So Grandpa went to a vending machine, got out a razor, and cut Bill's hair right there in the airport bathroom. That story just goes to show how unstoppably fearless and adventurous Grandpa was. He was known to say, "I belong in Paris." He loved seeing the world, and he was so helpful when I was preparing to come to Thailand. He let me have any of his traveling items, like little collapsible laundry baskets, laundry bags, mini toiletries, and a really cool laminated collection of pictograms of things like toilet, hospital, haircut, etc., to communicate needs against language barriers. He even took me to a Thai restaurant in Cincinnati before I left, and got the owner of the restaurant to come out and practice Thai with me and asked him about the best places to visit in Thailand. He was such a seasoned professional at traveling. He also loved art. He told me once about when he and Dory went to the controversial Robert Mapplethorpe exhibit at the CAC, and they got into a discussion afterwards about what the definition of art is. Dory supposedly said, "Art is anything that catches your attention." Grandpa then dropped a coin on the ground and said, "There, that got your attention. Is that art?" He was an avid enjoyer and collector of beautiful, thought-provoking art. More adventures of Grandpa. He told me that when he was stationed in Detroit and Granny Pat would go home, he would go see Ray Charles at the Flame Show Bar in a room of 12 people. Then he added, "But your grandma never knew." Ever the defiant rebel, Grandpa sneakily put up bird feeders at the seasons, much to the dismay of his downstairs party pooper neighbor, and he took great pleasure in watching the birds come and go. Anyone who was loved by Grandpa, which is all of us, knows how thoughtful Grandpa was. One time at his apartment, he pulled out a folder of newspaper clippings he had been saving for me for months. As he pulled these out, a rubber band fell and landed in the shape of a heart. I made him get some tape to preserve the lovely happenstance. He even got me a subscription to a socialist magazine, the Hightower Lowdown, in a pseudonym, Scooter Woman, so that when he anticipated I became a powerful engineer or business lady, my political ideologies could not be traced. When the Bremersiders were coming to visit Cincinnati this August, he had me dial up Ellie so that we could see what snacks she liked so that he could buy some and keep them ready for her. Anyone who attended a holiday at Grandpa's apartment, like Christmas, Easter, Thanksgiving, knew what a good host he was and how important a good cheese and olive hors d'oeuvre tray was to him. When Uncle Tom came to visit for a few days, Grandpa noticed that he loved eating the dried mango on hand. So, on a trip to Trader Joe's with me, Grandpa made sure to get the sweetened dried mango as well as the unsweetened dried mango to send Uncle Tom his favorite. And he was always pampering the granddaughters with shopping trips to the mall. But the most special, wonderful, defining characteristic of Grandpa was his compassion. On our last get-together, he and I went to the wild bird feed store, Kroger, the mattress store, the laundromat, and Trader Joe's, and every service worker we met at these places fell so in love with Grandpa's unique and vibrant personality. At the laundromat, the woman running the store ran out to the car with a big smile on her face to say hi to Grandpa and to hand-deliver his laundry to him. When we returned to Grandpa's apartment with the day's loot, we sat in his living room, and he told me, "Thank you so much for spending the day with me running errands. If I've learned anything in my 84 years of living, it's that helping other people feels really good." And that is so true. It was pure joy to spend time with Grandpa that day, and escort him through the stores, and fetch things for him, and to help him in and out of the car. That is one of the greatest life values that Grandpa instilled in me by the words he said and the way he acted, the knowledge that to give is so much greater than to get. He is so deeply missed by me and all of us, but he is so present in our memories, the way we love each other, and the way we enjoy life and express gratitude. Thank you for listening.